Welcome to day 5. Let's talk about this thing that lurks around all of our hopes and dreams and things we want to do, which is this question of what will people think? What will people think of me? And it's a very real feeling for many of us because we are maybe, and it may come from our childhood, but we want to appease others. We want people to be proud of us. We want to do the right thing. We want to be a good person. And the difficulty is with that is that we can put everybody else's thoughts and feelings before our own. And then we become this sort of diluted version of ourselves where we're not actually doing the things that we want to do. And when we're in that situation, it doesn't please anyone, actually. It doesn't please the people that you were hoping to please because they're not getting the best full out version of you. And secondly, you're not pleasing yourself because you're not listening to your own instinct, your own intuition, and following that. And so what do you do? Okay, number 1, you have to spend time really working out what your version of success is. And I speak about this so often with my clients and my customers and in my talks and with people at weddings. Not that I'm kind of on that case necessarily at weddings, but often it will come up where people want to talk about what they want, what their version of a good life is, what they want to be, do, have, and feel. And to be honest with you, I'm interested in it all. And I love that moment where somebody has a breakthrough and goes, do you know what it is? It's this certain thing or this type of lifestyle, or I wish I want to put this in place. And I help people to get really specific on that. Turn up the brightness, really get familiar and connected with it. Because when it's vague and when it's wishy-washy, like I just want to make more money, or I just want to feel more like me, or I just want to be happy, it's really difficult to know what to do then. So it's almost like if you went to a supermarket and you said, I just want to get some food for dinner. That can be really difficult. I mean, of course, something might like jump out at you and you might go, it's fish cakes. Fish cakes is what I want tonight. Fish cakes is what I'm taking home. That is what we're having for dinner. But more often than not, I know personally, I can wander around the shops aimlessly with, I don't know, a basket with some chicken breasts in and some broccoli and go, I don't know. I need a plan. I need a list. I need to know what I need to do next. The second thing, once you've spent time identifying, is you can choose how much you reveal, how much you share. And I know I have so many clients that do. I mean, this is the nature of social media, isn't it? It's about oversharing. People will ask questions. You know, I've been in situations where people would say, so how much did you get paid for that thing then? People have no qualms in asking. And going back to that people-pleasing version of ourselves, the temptation is, well, maybe I better tell them then. Maybe even though that doesn't feel good, maybe I should tell them because they've asked the question. And again, you get to decide it all. You don't have to tell people if you don't want to. I mean, you might have to tell your local tax situation about how much money you've made, of course. But in the pub, you sharing information about what things cost or how much personal information, you get to choose. Also, you don't have to reveal anything until it's ready to blossom and bloom into the world. So you get to decide how that looks. The third thing is, and this has been the most transformational. And at first, when I started playing with this idea, I would go back to that people pleasing and paying attention to old information in a way. And this is what I want to share with you. People will think what they want to think. However, what they think may be coloured by nothing to do with what you've done in that situation. It will be based on their own perspective. So you could do something. So like yesterday, I spoke about going for my dreams as a little girl and saying that I wanted to go to stage school and all of that stuff. Some people may have swayed me from that, not because their intention was to protect me or to keep me safe. It may have been that it was annoying for them that me as a 8 or 9 year old was saying that I was going to do something, because their response as an adult might have been like, who does this child think she is? It may have triggered them. It may have irritated them in some way, because maybe their thoughts and feelings around children was to be seen or not and not heard. Maybe they didn't think it was fair that somebody said, do you know what, I'm going to give this a go. Maybe their perspective was, you don't get to do that. You have to just do directly what is in front of you. And I'm speaking about this carefully because everybody is different in that way. And not everybody is starting from the same point. However, for you being the person that is making progress, that is making moves, you might have to be the first. You might have to be the trailblazer. You may have to be the one to make the mistakes and learn the lessons really harshly in order to begin a new path. So Matt and I always say that, our children will, if they choose a creative life, we will be able to inform them in a different way. Not that I think they will, maybe my daughter, but I don't know if my son would, but who knows, that may change. It will be easier to support them in a creative career rather than, how my parents were, because they did not live creative lives in that sort of acting or entertainment or art or anything like that. And so I want you to go back over yesterday and really think about, what evidence do you need? What inspiration? Where do you need to get curious to move you forward? Because what can happen is, what will people think? What will people think can feel like a loud kind of whirring that is just keeping you stuck. It's not helping you. And finally, I want to say is, you cannot control what people think at all. You could have a 5-star restaurant or hotel and there will still be people that will complain. There will still be things that maybe they didn't feel like you achieved, or you didn't manage their expectations, or you didn't give them the moon on the stick as well. So therefore, they're going to leave you a bad review. So again, there are some times where you will do all of the things with the greatest of intentions and people will still not get it. So let me know how that has landed for you today. Let me know what came up for you and where you're going to go next. Also, if you are worried about what people will think, I want you to go deeper into that and ask which people you are concerned about. And what are the phrases, what are the thoughts, what are the comments that you are most worried about? Really bring them, come on, out you come. Let's have a look at you. Let's see what all of these things are. Because what might happen is when you do that, you say, well, actually, there's nothing I can do about that. Or, well, yeah, that's actually not as important as me fulfilling my dream. I actually don't want to be limited by those things because I'm doing this thing anyway. And I know ultimately, if I go for this, I can help more people. And me being stuck in this situation and not doing anything is not helping anyone. That is where my coaching comes in. If you want that support, that accountability, that person by your side who is a positive influence going, come on, let's go, let's do this thing, let's work together, let's have a conversation at least. You can go over to my website, nickyraby.com, and find out more. There are lots of different ways where I can support you. I've got 10 years of experience. This is a bespoke offering, not a one size fits all. I want to find out what you want, what you need, where you're going, where your gaps are, and yeah, let's get the party started. I'll leave the links down below and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.